Morning. Welcome to day 7 of our 21-day Mastering My Money Mindset Challenge. So I hope you've been getting a lot of value out of this challenge. I hope you've been doing the daily exercises, asking these questions of yourselves, really doing, going inside, doing the work, thinking about the answers, doing that data dump, pulling it all outside of you, getting it down on paper, really crystallizing for yourself what these answers are, because the answers are going to be your pathway forward. And you will get as much out of this challenge as you put into it. You put almost nothing in, you'll get almost nothing out. Everything, it's a direct correlation. The deeper you dig, the harder you work, the more you execute to take the actions to make the changes that you're learning about where you need to course correct, how you need to make those tweaks to level up, is going to make all the difference in the world. So what are we going to talk about today? So today I want to ask you a really important question, and this is kind of a sensitive area because, sometimes it's hard for us to really be honest with ourselves, and we can sometimes lie to ourselves about this. But here's the question I need to ask you. Who in your life is going to be most threatened by you stepping into your power, leveling up, really stepping into your, the highest version of yourself, bringing your career to a whole new level of influence, power, financial abundance? Who's going to be most threatened by that? I'm pretty sure right now you've got some people that are coming to mind, people that have issues with you, friends or family members who are in competition with you. You're not in competition with them, but they're in competition with you. They're always kind of keeping score. And not only are they keeping score, but they actually will proactively try to undercut your self-worth, your self-esteem. They will try to create self-doubt in you. I had a friend in my circle who was constantly making digs. And, finally what ended up happening was I had come back from a leadership event, and it was really clear to me that, just like in terms of if you're building a world-class organization, sometimes there are people that have to get fired. Sometimes there are people in your sphere of influence who need to be fired. And they need to be fired because, one, they don't share your values. Two, they try to sow seeds of discontent because they're jealous or envious of you for whatever reason. It's not about you, it's about their own shit. They have gifts and talents and whatever, but they're the only one keeping score and trying to, do that one-upmanship. Someone seeking excellence doesn't have time to play those games, and allowing people like that in your inner circle to contaminate your energy field, to slowly, just kind of like make those little digs. Jim Rohn had an amazing story about this, which he said, if you have an enemy who puts sugar in your coffee, what's going to happen? Nothing. Your coffee's going to taste a little sweeter. But what happens if you have a friend, even if unconsciously they don't mean to, but they're putting cyanide in your coffee? The key message there is watch your coffee. So the thing is, I want you now to sit down and be really dirt honest. It's not pretty, but write a list of all the people that in your gut need to really leave your circle. And it may take a while. It may take you a little bit to kind of figure out the words and how to articulate it and things like that. I had one friend that I really needed to bring the friendship to an end, and I really wanted to do it in kind of an authentic and genuine way. So what I did was I wrote a letter, and the first version of the letter was really angry. It was really where I was doing the data dump of all of the the emotions, the feelings of betrayal, the things I didn't like, the digs, the this, the that, whatever. And every week I would come back to the letter and I would reread it and I would tweak it as I had released those emotions or whatever. And after a month, it had taken me a month to kind of process it and get to the point where I was ready to send this letter. And so I finally sent off the letter, and I mailed a hard copy letter because I wanted to make sure it came to their home. It wasn't going to be an email they'd get at work and screw up their day. And then the person reached out and called and said, I really want to talk about it. I said, okay, well, let's meet up to talk. And what was really interesting was the day that we were supposed to connect, I had said, okay, why don't we meet halfway between where I live and where you'll be for that weekend? That way it's, and let's do it in the morning so that we can meet, have our talk, and then go on with our day and spend the rest of our day with our families. And sure enough, the morning of the day that we were supposed to meet, I get an email saying that that time doesn't work and could we make it like 3 o'clock in the afternoon right near where she lived. And I just started to laugh and I was like, that was so indicative of the relationship, right? Where it was just totally imbalanced. I was always the one giving. I was always the one like bending over backwards. And I just said, sorry, that doesn't work for me. And that was it. So you really have to be honest with yourself. You really sometimes it's hard. It's definitely hard. It was hard, but I knew I needed to do it. And when it was done, I felt relieved. I felt relieved because I knew for quite a long time we did not have the same values. And there were things that did not resonate with me. And I was very, very uncomfortable. And finally, it reached the breaking point where I just had to do it. And, it is what it is. Some people may think it's heartless, but you have to protect your energy field. If you have an enemy inside your gates who's trying to like undercut your value, who's giving you digs, sarcastic little contemptuous digs, trying to, bring you down, how is that good for you? How is that positive for you? That's not self-love. That's self-sabotage. To keep people in your inner circle who are consciously and that you're conscious of, who are absolutely trying to undercut your value, trying to make you feel insecure, trying to sow the seeds of self-doubt in you because they're filled with jealous and envious because they're emotionally immature and they've got wounds they haven't dealt with. It's not your problem. Send them love and walk your path. Love yourself enough to cut the people out of your life that need to be cut out. So I hope you do this exercise genuinely. I hope it really gives you, pull it all out of you. Think of all the experiences, all the times that they proved to you over and over and over again that they did not have your back, that they did not have your best interest, in the mix, and all the ways in which their values are not in alignment with your values. So I hope you found value in that. Have a great day. I look forward to hearing all your responses. Thanks. Bye.